Alright, so there's the motherfucking Qubus. Was just in there talking to some crazy motherfucking Steemians. Check-in's in a few hours, so I'm gonna go explore. Alright, so we're gonna go check out Old City, which is interesting because there's a section of Philadelphia named Old City, but apparently this one is older than that. So yeah, I can't wait to see what's good. SteemFest has been gracious enough to include a virtual tour in their app, so I can literally walk the fuck around this shit and get historical insights as if I was in a museum, just from walking around the city. So, I'm gonna document some of that and give you my rundown of Krakow. So this was like old school medieval . So this was a motherfucking moat back in the day. See, we all grew up watching moats on TV. Shit was real. This was in the Middle Ages. This was the fucking barracks that basically was like the edge of town. This fucking crazy thing. Look at this. Fucking medieval architecture. This is going to be a very medieval journey. I wonder if that's where the little crocodiles went to go to sleep. The little crocodile cavern. That's pretty wild. So yeah, this was a fucking barracks. It's called the Barbican. I wonder if that's where we get barbarian from. Or barbecue. Medieval fortress still standing. This is St. Florian's Castle, or excuse me, St. Florian's Gate. And just cross through here from, you can see the Wawel, or the, excuse me, the Barbican. Some bullshit religious shit, Virgin Mary on the fucking globe, hiding the truth since day one. This is the outside. And yeah, this is where they kept motherfuckers out. So this little guy is St. Mary's Church. And apparently this was the second time it was built. It was originally built in the 12th century, or maybe the 13th, one of those. And then the Mongols came and were like, fuck you Krakowians, I brought up your shitty church. And fucked it up. So then it was rebuilt in the next century, the 13th or the 14th, depending on if my first piece of information was accurate. But about 100 years later, they rebuilt it after it was destroyed by the Mongols. Now, I'm definitely not a fan of bullshit fucking religion, but you have to appreciate the architecture that was used, simply because that technology is available to all humans. So if we could just figure out how to unenslave ourselves, we could build monuments way better than this, and for way better reasons. So yeah, this is a giant Catholic church, St. Mary's Church. My mom would fucking shit herself if she saw this. This is the center square, which so far is my favorite part of Krakow. All this shit is medieval as fuck, which is kind of wild. And we'll take a look inside just for tourist sake. There's some classic animal exploitation. Part of me just wants to punch that bitch in the face and cut the fucking reins, set the horses free. So yeah, that's another church. What? Please do not film. Alright, so we gotta be a little covert here. I don't know how lucky I'm gonna be with that. So this is the inside. Pretty gnarly. Alright, I gotta covertly hide this from motherfuckers who seem to disenfranchise me. Nice, got past the front gate. One does have to marvel at this crazy fucking architecture. And there's the altar. Let's see if I can sneak this bitch out. Boys got stealth game like a motherfucker. Yeah, no cameras, suck my balls. How are they gonna not allow me to film the medieval shit? You know what I mean? Apparently people still come here for church and shit. This is the Cloth Hall, another Renaissance building. This is some Polish conqueror or something. Oh, excuse me, he's illiterate. So this was where like all the old school medieval markets and shit would happen. Still is a marketplace, but still, to think that all the medieval motherfuckers met here and did some shit, it's kind of wild. And all the architecture's still here. I mean, a lot of this stuff was retouched. A lot of it wasn't. Oh, and look at that. Oops, sorry. Didn't see you. Look at that shit. Masonic compass. And it's not even pretending not to be a compass. It's an exact compass tool. Looks like whoever controls Krakow now might be in line with some dark occult forces. Until then, they got plenty of cool shops, some Polish trinkets. And what I'm really interested in is the Wawel dragon. So this is the face of one of the most prestigious universities in Krakow. And check this out. Apparently this is where Copernicus went to school. Very interesting indeed. So-called one of the greatest universities in Europe. Copernicus's alma mater. What a bitch. So this is Wawel Castle. So as you can see, there's different forms of architecture. You have like this, like, you know, moat-esque kind of thing with this more modern. Apparently this has always been a location for powerful people to meet. And so throughout the years, different monarchs and stuff. Poor horses. Different monarchs and stuff would meet here because of the raised ground. It just allowed them to, you know, survey the outland territory. Not to mention that there's a river right down there that apparently was the border that separated the the Soviet, back in those days, territories, from the Germans. And yeah, so this is a very strategic location as well as being awesome. Now I can test, because I've been researching a lot about ley lines recently, and I found out that yes, on the Wawel Den, which is underneath this castle, is the intersection of 7 key ley lines. 7. One connects to Jerusalem, one connects to, they just connect to all these other spots. And apparently, the ancients who knew about all this stuff would strategically place their fortresses and meeting points on these ley lines to, 1, gain their energy for their own use, but to 2, almost like poison the well, if you will. So imagine ley lines being like rivers of energy, and just like if you have a location where 7 rivers lead out to different watering holes, if you inject a certain energy, whether for good, for better, or for worse, it's going to flow to all those other places. And that's what I believe a lot of these motherfuckers did. For better or for worse. So hopefully we should get to the Wawel Den soon, which is apparently where the Wawel dragon is. Can you imagine a fucking dragon flying around this fucking castle? It's fucking crazy medieval shit. I love it. So yeah, here's that river that was essentially the border between Soviet and German territory. Motherfuckers were posted up here like Soviets better chill the fuck out. The Wawel dragon. Whoa! So the legend here goes that this Wawel dragon used to terrorize motherfuckers back in the day. And in order to satiate the dragon so that he wouldn't destroy the peasants and their crops and whatnot, was to sacrifice a maiden to him. Once every, I guess, like season or something. Or I guess whenever he asked for it. So when the old maiden left was the king's daughter, the king put out sort of like a bounty for anyone to defeat the dragon. Many a powerful knight came and fought and died, until apparently one boy was smart enough to just go with a drink that was like filled with sulfur or something. This is the legend. And apparently the dragon started, I guess, once he tasted the sulfur, he wanted more and more, and he drank so much that I guess the sulfur combined with his fiery breath blew him the fuck up from the inside. So that's pretty clever, young boy. I guess that's how you beat the dragon, not with brawn, but with brains. I mean, I can attest to that. That's how you beat motherfuckers in fighting, too. You gotta have balls and brawn and all that, but how you really beat them is fighting. Now, here is what I'm really interested in. This is the dragon's den. And this, apparently, is on the intersection of 7 ley lines. Can you see in here? It's pretty dark. All I can see is some creepy-ass medieval door. And that's it, huh? Guess they don't want you having access to one of the most powerful energetic points in all of the world. I'm going to do a small meditation here. Power of the Wawel dragon, who I don't believe is so evil. It's just a force of nature. You know what I mean? Are fucking tigers evil? Because they eat things alive? No. It's just their natural way. Same with dragons. Power of the Wawel dragon, instill me in your strength. Give me the strength to move forward with the ferocity of a dragon, so that I may slay any forces that stand to oppose me in my mission of freedom for humanity and all beings. It's interesting, I can definitely feel the ley line energy. It's like being radiated by powerful electromagnetic fields. I definitely do feel some energy here. Powerful energy. Let's see what's next. Dope ass Wawel dragon. So this is another church. As you can see, there's the Polish Phoenix apparently. I think it's the Rothschild Phoenix, just reimagined because they rule this country. Just like they rule every country in Western civilization. Apparently this little statue here got the award for like ugliest statue or something, according to my resources. This dude's tight. Alright. So after what was a lovely tour of Krakow, all of Old Town, which is basically all of the leftover medieval stuff that they kept in the city's infrastructure, you know, dating back to all the wars and stuff that they've been through. Pretty fucking hungry. So yeah, I'm gonna try what looks to be one of the coolest vegan spots in the town, Vegano Cafe. Stoked for that. And yeah, thanks for coming with me on this journey, and I'll see you on the other side.